Hi, Keith Young here with a basic Adobe Illustrator tutorial. What I'm going to cover in this particular tutorial is the difference between the fill and the stroke in Adobe Illustrator. I know for many beginning users this may be something that causes a little bit of frustration, so I'm going to just spend a little bit of time explaining the difference and how to control the two. So in the toolbar, you'll note that there's a solid swatch here, and then I'm going to click the bottom swatch, which is the stroke, and you'll notice that there is a square, but there's another square in the center which denotes a stroke around something. So let me show you what that means for an object. I'm going to choose the selection tool in the toolbar, and then I'm going to select this round orange object in the center. You can tell that it's selected because it has just become highlighted, and then you also get these control handles around the outside of the object that was just selected. Now, in order to change the fill color of this object, what you can do is use the swatches panel or the color panel. I'm going to go ahead and use the swatches panel because this is about the quickest way to change a color. So I'm going to choose green just by clicking on it, and you'll note that my shape has now turned green. Now if I wanted to add a black stroke to this, which is basically a black outline around this object, what I would do is go to the toolbar, click on the stroke, and then I would click the color black in the swatches panel. And you'll notice I'm going to use the zoom tool to zoom in just a little bit. You'll notice that now the green object has a black stroke around it. Alright, now let's take a look at some of the other functions of the fill and the stroke. So I'm going to select this object again, and if I wanted to switch the fill to black and the stroke to green, what I can do is click on this little toggle arrow right here. It's bent and it has two arrowheads, and what that will do is swap the fill and the stroke. So I'm going to go ahead and click that, and you'll now see that the fill is black and the stroke is green. Alright, so I just swapped that around by using the swap command. I'm going to select this object again and click swap one more time to swap it back to its original state. Now let's see what happens if there's no stroke at all. So I'm going to click on this stroke, and right now we just have a green fill. So let's say I want to swap that so that the green fill is now the stroke. I'm going to click on the swap icon here, and now we have a circle that has a green outline and nothing on the inside. Alright, so hopefully you see how this works a little bit better. I'm going to go ahead and select this outline one more time, and I'm going to hit the swap icon once again, and now we have the green fill and there's no stroke on this object. You can tell that there's no stroke because this box has this red line through it, so very similar to a no smoking sign in a restaurant that has the circle with the red line in it. You'll see that this square box has a red line through it, which denotes that there is no stroke on the selected object. So I'm going to select this object again, and we're going to choose the color orange this time for the stroke. You can make the stroke thicker by going to the tool options bar towards the top of the screen and increasing the stroke by clicking the up arrow, or by typing in a specific number that you would like. And the last thing you can do is click on this drop down menu and choose one of these pre-created stroke widths. Okay, so hopefully this tutorial has helped you to understand how to use the fill and the stroke a little bit better, how to control them on your objects, and how to switch them if you want, or add color to either the fill or the stroke. This is Keith Young, and and I'll see you next time.